Hi, my name is Debbie Fisher. I'm from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. I never wanted to have an abortion. I don't believe any woman wants to have an abortion. And I bought into the lie that an abortion would be the best, the easiest, and the quickest way out of a difficult situation. I was 33 years old, divorced from an abusive man, and the mother of a 5-year-old son. I knew how to love and care for a child, and I knew what it felt like for a baby to move within my womb. The two people I told of my pregnancy supported my decision. They agreed that it was the best and the easiest solution. It is no coincidence that the two people I chose to tell had had abortions themselves. My shame was that I'd been intimate with more than one man, whom I barely knew, and now I was pregnant. What would I name this child? What would I tell my son was the name of the father? How would I explain this to my mother, who I so desperately needed her approval from? When I looked at the positive results of the pregnancy test, I knew in my heart that I had conceived a daughter and that she would be the only daughter that I would ever have. And I looked in the mirror and I was filled with joy, and then the fear set in. My turmoil was crippling and I desperately needed a way out. And the only place I knew to turn to was the Bay Street Women's Health Clinic in Toronto, and I remembered that from my high school days. It was across the street from a Catholic girls' high school. I bought into the lie that my baby was just a blob of cells, a mass of tissue, nothing that even resembled a human being. I bought into the lie that I needed to get this done as soon as possible. I bought into the lie that she was 8 weeks old when she was probably 12 weeks. And I bought into the lie that once the laminaria was inserted, there would be no turning back. My daughter, Noelle Marie, died of unnatural causes in the fall of 1986. She would be in her 23rd year had she lived. And when I awoke from the abortion procedure in the hospital, I began crying, "I want my baby. Where is my baby?" And I was told to shut up because I was upsetting other people in the recovery room. Through the disease of alcoholism, by suffering depression, I found my way to a 12-step program, and to healing and to resurrected life. So I began volunteering in the pro-life movement, but I still had all this guilt that wouldn't go away no matter how many times I confessed. It was Silent No More that allowed me to break my silence and to be set free. All I needed was my children's permission. My oldest son cried with me and told me how proud he was, that it also helped him deal with some challenges that he'd had in his life. My younger son, who I had conceived after the abortion to try to make up for what I had done, said to me, "Mommy, I always knew I had a sister. How could he possibly have known that?" I went to a Rachel's Vineyard retreat in Michigan, and my healing is ongoing. God has sent us out. When I share my testimony, when we share our testimonies, we are no longer breaking our silence. We are breaking the silence of every man, woman, and child involved in abortion, every man and woman involved in abortion. And I think sometimes that's why people don't want to listen and try to shut us up. No one will ever tell me to be quiet again. I'm Debbie Fisher, and I will be silent no more.